Okay, we are live again, and it is Saturday. I hope you're all doing well, and we are going to talk about something that is, quite important, and you know, it's sort of obvious, but also not. When you look around, you can see that a lot of people they haven't really grasped this at all. So let's just try to get into the topic. Let's just give it a few seconds while people are joining. It's a little bit, it's an awkward time of the day. It is 8:30 in the morning here in Norway. So on Saturday. So I guess that people over in the USA and Canada and so on, they will be sleeping. Uh, but and the Europeans are not working today, so they will also be sleeping maybe. But we have some people joining now from Australia. Courage is the cure, says greetings from Perth, Australia. And Julie is here, and Hoppy Hoppy is here. Archangel Michael, Swoots. Is it bank holiday in EU? No, it's EU. I'm not in the EU. I'm in Norway. By the way, no, it's Saturday. So okay, now people are joining. We are going to talk about wealth, financial, and we do not like to admit it, but money matters. And some people like to say that no, wealth is other things. I've said so myself. Wealth is freedom. Wealth is, or rather, freedom is wealth. Having good people in your life is wealth, and so on. But now in this live stream, we're going to talk about financial wealth. Because to those people who say that money doesn't matter, my question is, would you rather have no money or $1 million? Like right now, what? I mean, if money doesn't matter, then you could just as well just have no money. I would go for the $1 million. So that's just how it is, and that's how most people view it as well. So yes, we're going to talk about wealth in the form of financial wealth. Financial wealth in the sense that it might enable you to buy a house, for instance, to buy land, and so on. Hi there, Angela. Good to have a moderator here. And Mr. Sorpos is here. I hope that the sound is okay and the image is okay. I can't do anything about my face. Sorry about that. But yeah, so have you noticed that some people, they look rich in the sense that they always have the newest car, the newest phone, fancy clothes. If they go to a party, they will have, if it's a man, then like a suit, and they're always very. They look rich. They have nice things, nice new shiny things. Have you seen those people? No, I have. And I can tell you, those people are all poor. You're not looking at wealth. You're looking at debt. Oh, that's a difficult word to pronounce. Why is there a B there? DEBT. You're not looking at wealth when you see people like that. You're looking at debt. And there's a huge difference. In fact, if you live your life on money that you have borrowed, you are not wealthy. In fact, well, this is obvious, right? But not only are you not wealthy, but you're making yourself less wealthy each day. So let's take a car, for example. I have an old car because it's safe enough. And well, it's getting very old now, so I need a newer secondhand car. But I'm never going to buy a new car because financially it's very stupid to do that. Now, if you're into cars, that's your passion, I guess it's a little bit different. But we are talking about showing off. Not only young people are doing this, I see it a lot among guys my age, you could say, middle-aged guys, and they spend money like they're trying to get poor. They spend money on stupid things. They spend money because they think that if they have a nice car, a nice suit, a nice watch, a new mobile phone, a new smartphone, people will think that they are rich. And many people, if you look at these influencers on social media and all the crap that they're trying to sell to you, it's all about consumerism. It's all about consumerism. There is no depth, DEPTH. They are being shallow. It's all about consumerism. Now, again, I need to make it very clear that we are talking about financial wealth here. Money, if you will. And it matters. It really does matter. And if you don't think it matters, as I said, if you had the choice of receiving $1 million or $0, if you're saying that money doesn't matter or financial wealth doesn't matter, then why not go for the $0? But I don't know anyone who would do that. They would all go for the $1 million, right? So I think we can agree on the fact that money matters. Now, we could get very particular about the differences between money and financial wealth, but that's nitpicking. I think we shouldn't go there. We should stay on the topic here. So, what's his name? This guy, who was, king of the incels. Is it Tate? Andrew Tate. Andrew Tate. Is it Andrew Tate, the one who was arrested with his brother, prostitution and things? I don't like him. He's all about the nice cars, and he's trying to sell this lie that if you have the nice things, the women will flock to you, and anyone who can, add 2 + 2 should be able to understand that those women are paid to be there. They are paid to be there, present in his online, in his social media presence, present in his presence. You know what I mean? They are being paid. They are being paid to be there, to be part of the whole image. Now, if you buy, if you buy, I'm not having a rant against cars here. there are even people who invest in cars that will increase in value and so on. But again, that's not what we're talking about here. What you're looking at there is a lie. That's not wealth. And my life experience tells me that if you think that, now I'm talking to the guys here, if you think that women will flock to you because you have a nice car, I'm sorry. That's not how it works. Well, maybe some, but I don't think you want to be around that kind of women. Let's just put it that way. It's That's not how it works. So this lie concerning wealth it's a sickness in modern society, and it drives people into difficult situations where they are up to the roof in their rented apartment, in debt, credit card debt as well. And I think that and this is the part that irritates me. I see people, and okay, let me just be completely honest. I'm always being completely honest with you, but I'm 51 years old. I have worked hard my entire life, and I got into a situation, a very lucky situation. I got a breakthrough as a novelist. My books are selling in many countries, so financially, I'm doing well. Okay, so I could buy that car. I could buy that watch. I could buy those things, but I won't, because I would rather leave a legacy for my children, and I would rather be debt free. Are you noticing how well I am saying that word now? Debt. It feels natural to say it now, and we should try to avoid it. Debt, that is. And at the same time, I am seeing people, let's just, in the neighborhood, people who I know are not rich. Okay, they're not rich. I know. They just are not rich. But they have a new car. They have, well, I don't know if they're wearing a watch, but, stupid example. But they go to the south in Europe and so on for holiday, and they have extensions built on their houses and so on. So it kind of irritates me because it's so stupid to do that. Why not aim for being debt free instead? Isn't that better? Isn't that a better option? Now, people will say that if you have debt, the interest is taken off of your taxes, which is true. But still, if you make the calculations, which I think people should, it's still not a good financial option, right? You should rather, if you have money to spare, which most people don't, but if you do, you should invest the money, okay? If you look at true wealthy people, and this is an unpopular opinion, but true people who have true financial wealth, they are not stupid. And most of them, unless they just inherited it all, most of them, they got there because they are wise. Yes, they are not being stupid, and they are letting the money work for them. Money is to them a tool. So the money is making more money. That's how you should view it. So it's better to drive an old car. and use the money that you have to get more money, you know? So again, the title, wealth, it is invisible. Now, I was once, I'll give you an example. Yes, it's invisible. I was at a very fancy place once. I was Guernsey, in one of the Channel Islands, Guernsey. I was there, and I found myself in a place where I knew that there were lots of very, very rich people. And yeah, I will say that the women, the wives, they were very, you know, polished. They were polished and nice and all that, you know. But the guys, they looked like uh, they didn't know how to put clothes on, even, you know, unshaven. With They looked like they had just thrown some random clothes on them, and that was it, you know. They did not look rich. They looked like some random guy on the street, you know, someone who you would guess don't even have a job to go to, you know. Um, so it was kind of, yeah. Rich people, they often look poor, and they want to look poor, and there are many reasons for that, of course, because you don't want the attention. That's one thing. Um, so yeah, you know, I guess also it's about priorities, but it's very difficult, I think, to gain financial wealth if you do not let money make money. If you do not let the money you have make you more money. That's very difficult. If you spend your money on stuff, you have spent it, right? So that's kind of my little talk for the day. And you know, I thought I would mention this because wealth is invisible. Now, of course, there are some people who are truly wealthy and they have big mansions, but most wealthy people don't, because they don't see a need for that, and they want to leave a legacy. They want to invest, and they want to secure their future, financial future. And also, and I can relate to this on a personal level, you want to secure your financial future because you don't know what the future holds. You know? So, um, let's see here. I'll just scroll up a little bit. I think at this point we have gotten rid of all the Andrew Tate fans here. I don't think you will find them here. um, the deadly sin, greed. Yeah, well, that's you know, Christian sins, but also I think there is some wisdom. You know, greed. Um, greed is not good. You know, wanting to have more is good, but if more means just more stuff, it's probably not good for you. Jamin Jake says you're wealthy if you don't worry too much about money and at least one person loves you. Let's see here. Yeah. Jim says $1 million could go a long way at balancing my life right now. Let's see. Yeah, Triplog lol. Sorry if I pronounce it incorrectly, but you're saying that the schools were never meant to really teach you how money works. Yes, that's true. I think that schools should teach not finance, but personal finance. They really should, because let's face it, it's very difficult to get started in life as an adult without debt. You probably need to that in order to buy a place, and now it's getting impossible for young people because of the housing market and because of the times we are living in, to even get there, But yeah, schools should teach that. And DJ Lewis says being debt free doesn't seem as though it carries any importance to the younger. Yeah, that's a good point, and that worries me actually, because here's one example. Once back, several years ago now, I used to have a smartphone, and when I bought a smartphone, then you would get this deal where the smartphone was quite cheap, not for free, but quite cheap. But then you paid a monthly. There was a monthly payment, and part of that payment, of course, was paying for the initial cost of the smartphone, and that's debt. That's what it is, and I think many young people, especially older as well, they don't realize that. Yes, Brad Strung Out says we are trained to be hyper consumers, which means we are debt generators, which props up their system. Yes. Now, I think I usually say that I think materialism is good, consumerism is bad. And what I mean by that is, if you have the money and you need a pair of trousers, go and buy high quality trousers. So I often use Seven trousers, Swedish brand, because it's quality, and they will last for many, many years. In fact, I've never worn out a pair of those trousers yet. That's materialism. That's understanding the value of quality. Consumerism is when you just go and buy stuff that you don't really need, that you don't even really want, and that's obviously not a good thing. Now, I'm getting a warning. We are having an ad in a minute or so. So, Johnny Bandit here from the UK. Good to have you here. Alison is asking, why care that house prices always go up? Okay, well, you should care about that. So the idea is, I know what you are referring to. The idea is that you establish debt, you buy a house, and 10 years from now, the house will have doubled or tripled in value. Now, if you look at, so the idea is that then, you can sell, and it will be a good deal for you, doesn't really work that way. All it can, if you're lucky, and also you have inflation, so you have to subtract that. If you're paying 10% interest rate, or let's say if you're paying 5% interest rate and you have inflation, money is free, right? So there are some good arguments there. But if you look at the numbers and make your calculations, you will see that the interest rate has a very curious way of going up, right? To adjust for inflation. Now, housing prices going up is also part of inflation. So it's up to you, but being debt-free, having a debt-free house, is a major thing. It's life-changing. It's life-changing. So of course you should make the calculations. You should put all the numbers there. But there is one thing, Alison, that you probably are forgetting. The cost, you see, of having debt. It has a cost that most people don't think about. And you should add this cost to the equation. If you have $1 million in debt, yeah, I know, it's just an easy number. That's $1 million that you could have invested. And if you're good with your investments, you could get, let's say 7% that every year. Are you getting what I'm trying to say here? So you're losing that opportunity of investment. Now, of course, you would have to borrow that money and invest it. I'm not saying anyone should do that. That's very, very risky. But there are many, many factors here. Yeah, I know that's the mentality out there, and I've heard that people are saying that, well, housing prices are going up, so it's a good deal for me to have debt on my house. It's financially, it's not. It's not at all a good deal. You should rather invest money, not get into debt. But let's get back to the topic here. So true wealth is true financial wealth is very often invisible, and those who look rich are probably not rich. So yeah, here's the Pierre Dolinsky. Here's this thing where he's saying that even if you would be debt-free, governments take out tax on already paid things, so you never own anything. So, yeah, that's not true. I get what you're trying to say, but that's not how it works. First of all, there isn't. It's not like every country is like your country. So you can move to some parts of Norway, some counties in Norway, where they do not have property tax. There is no property tax, right? And in other countries as well, no property tax. So clearly, it doesn't apply to every place on the planet. And also, just because someone is taxing something that you have, it doesn't mean that they own it. It's like, and I know this can be challenging to understand, but if you walk down the street, you are at risk of someone coming there and killing you, right? Well, it's like theoretically possible. So using the same logic, you don't own your own life, your own body. Okay? Which clearly is just stupid to say. So and there's an argument that inflation is hidden tax. It's really not. financially speaking, it's a different thing. So what happens if you don't pay the tax? Yeah, that's what I just tried to explain. So they go and try to take your house if you live in a place where there is property tax on your house, right? And I just said there are places, for instance, in Norway, where we do not have property tax. Okay. But okay, let's say you live in a place and there is property tax there, you don't pay your property tax. The government says you have to pay, and then you say no, 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 and eventually the police will come and try to remove you from the place, and you will defend it violently, and you get killed. Okay, so the same argument goes there. That's what I'm trying to say. You can walk down the street and some criminal can shoot you. So does that mean that you don't own your own life, your own body? I hope that you follow my logic there. It's important that we understand ownership. I have talked about this before. It is tempting to some people to say that, oh, we pay tax and everything, so you don't really own anything. So what's the point of owning a house? It is a dangerous, very dangerous and nihilistic way of thinking. Don't go there. It will not help you at all. It will be detrimental to your life if you go there. Okay. And now we're getting the religious stuff here. Okay. It's a little bit like that sometimes. If I make an argument and it's very difficult to argue against it, then we take the Bible quotes out and so on. I'm expecting to see them. And no, Nathan, no. If my audio is breaking, I don't need to update my software. It is the connection. Now this is a fucking expensive microphone, and I updated to that, and it's been installed by professional people here even. And I can't do more. Okay, I can't do more than this. It's impossible. So no, Daniel, I do not want scriptures here. I don't want that. Kyle, thank you for the super chat. Yeah, we absolutely have very big fat governments, especially in the Western world. And yeah, also corrupt politicians, absolutely. So yeah, exactly, April. It is the connection. I can't, can't do anything more about this. This is the audio setup that is being used for recording audiobooks for professional use. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I think I'll just quit the live stream because I'm not really. It's just no. Should I keep going, or is the sound too bad for you guys now? Let me know. Okay. So I'll do my best here. Yeah. I'll do my best here. It is, I want things to be right. I want the setup to be right and so on. And that's why I have this microphone and this mixing board here. That's why I have everything. I made that investment, and it's kind of frustrating now that you're telling me the sound is not good. I really don't know why. It's the cable. I haven't touched the cable. So cable. Did it come loose on its own? No. No, nothing. No. Okay, maybe it was too close. Is this better? Is this better? If I talk out here, if I have it here, is that better? Um, I know that my voice is a little bit what's the word? Booming, or it's loud in some certain low frequencies, so that can be difficult to adjust for. I know that I have a different I have a different voice than most people, especially the Americans. That's a funny thing. Well, not only the Americans, but it's a cultural thing. It's a cultural thing, I guess. You will see the people, they talk with a higher pitched voice, and they talk very fast, which is to me very annoying. I don't like that. Each to its own, I guess. So, okay, wealth is invisible. And I'll actually use the microphone here as an example of that. Now, YouTube being YouTube, YouTube being what it is now, it's not what it was 2 years ago. As a YouTube creator, I'm not really making that much money. And that means that I was considering for a long time if I should upgrade my audio here for the live streams. And I did, but that's a different reason, actually, because I was supposed to record my books as audio, not in English but in Norwegian, and at the moment that has to wait. They are already available in audio, but not with my voice. But I had the people came here to install everything, so they installed everything for me. So that's why I have that here. So they paid for that, of course. But then I said I don't have the time. I need to finish writing a few books here before I can get to that audio recording. And I said, but if it's okay with you, I'll buy the microphone and the mixing board and everything. And I did. That's why I did it. It was already here. Yeah. Otherwise, I would not have made that investment, because it's not profitable, and it's probably never going to be profitable on these during these live streams. You need to be, in order to make money with live streams, or proper money, You need to be a sensationalist, or you need to cater to the audience in the echo chamber. I talked about that in my last live stream. You need to just feed people what they are already feeling and thinking. Not so much thinking, but feeling. Not talking about you guys, but the Daily Wire, talking heads and all that. That's what they do. They sell ads. That's what they do. I'm never going to go there. So, okay. Yeah, is there now no audio? Audio is not working. Okay. Yes. I don't know if this is anyone can hear this or not, but the screen is breaking up as well. Okay. How is the audio now? That's interesting because the screen started breaking up. Okay. Okay, thank you. Lower bitrate. Yeah, I won't be adjusting that now. Okay. Yeah, so clearly this was a connection, not a connection, but a problem with the internet. Okay. What happened in Ireland? What's happening in Ireland, Duke? Please inform me if this is something I haven't heard about yet. The reason why I haven't heard about that is that I find, yeah, the weather is a little bit not stormy, but it's, yeah, uncertain outside. Because I avoid the news now. The news are idiotic, and I view the news as it's like I get the feeling, and I'm probably right, that they assume that I'm an idiot and that people are idiots. I don't like to read the news. I don't like to read the news. Yeah, I can see that the screen is breaking up. I can see the screen is breaking up here. Yeah, it's not so good. So I will. I think I'll just have to end the live stream now. It's not really working, and I think well, it is the internet. Thank you.